Hi everybody, it's Dr. Magnifico from jrspelvetandpoly.com. I'm here with my dog Charleston. He has a very bright reflective collar on. His name and my number are on it, and he also has a tag, and on the back it says Charleston, my phone number, microchipped, my mommy loves me. These are what I have on him 24/7. He also has a microchip. I put on his tag that it says he has a microchip so that people know that this dog is microchipped. They also know that he is my beloved puppy. We get a lot of found dogs here. It is spring. Spring is the season of dogs with testicles running around looking for mates. I say that half jokingly and completely honestly. I know that just about every time a dog is brought in, it's either because they've been frightened from thunderstorms or fireworks, or they are a dog that is intact and they are out running around looking for a mate. So it's really prevalent. It happened here last night. It happens once or twice a week. Most of the time, we are very lucky in that these animals are microchipped, and we can very quickly kind of scan them, call the owner, and have them come and get them. I'm also very lucky in that I live in a community where a lot of the animals around here are our patients, and we have them on file. So it's sometimes a really quick, easy call. Anytime an animal is brought in here, the first thing that we do is scan them for their microchip. The other thing that I do is I collect the information from the person who brought the pet in. So I find out where they were found, when they were found, any kind of distinguishing characteristics around where they were found, and then I ask them to go back and look around and knock on some doors and see if that pet came from a house right next to them, which in most cases it did. Most of the time these animals have not gone very far. Yesterday we got a very small dog in, so a very small breed dog who clearly could not have wandered too far. You know, when you're a 10-pound dog, you just can't go that far. But he was not microchipped, he was intact, and he looked like he had not seen, any kind of medical care or grooming for quite a while. I get stuck in these cases. I have to make sure that I am giving the correct pet back to the correct person, and I am not the state authorities or local authorities to be the expert on that. So in many cases, we have to call animal control. And in all cases, when we post that we found an animal, we tell people that we're going to contact animal control. That is their job. It is their job to verify ownership. It's their job to protect that pet. So make sure that pet is going back to the right person, and they can document that, and then it is kept by the authorities. So those are my puppies playing. So we have to cover our bases. We cover our bases really for one reason only, to protect that pet, to make sure they're going back to the right place and the right person, and they have all of the things that they need, which is also a rabies vaccine. So you have to provide proof of ownership, and then you also have to make sure that you are complying with state and local laws about that pet's care. It unfortunately happens that we get very angry people. And when I say very angry people, I mean very angry people. I mean people who are calling us, threatening us, showing up at the clinic, making huge verbal threats to us, and it frightens my staff. So in trying to do a good thing for these found pets, I end up putting my staff in a place where they're getting yelled at, screamed at, berated, harassed, threatened, and it's just not worth it. Why would I put my staff in that position? So in every case, we call animal control. In my community, animal control is part of the sheriff's department, which is a huge bonus. They come in with a badge, and they come in with some clout, and they can take the brunt of the abuse off of my staff. But this is just, it's not right. It's not fair, and it's not right. I sort of going over in my head that no good deed goes unpunished, and that's exactly how I feel, and trying to do the right thing for this pet and not putting them back out on the road, which we absolutely wouldn't do. And in many cases, these people can't take them home because they have pets of their own, and it's after hours, so they can't bring them to the shelter. You know, we try to help these pets by giving them a warm, safe place to stay overnight, and then the next day I have to deal with people who are yelling and screaming and harassing and don't understand why I just can't hand over their pet. If you don't have any proof of ownership, meaning you don't have any legal documents that say your pet has been cared for, and we always call the referring vet, we see if we can in any way kind of match that pet to their description and send that pet back home, which sometimes we can't do. If they haven't been to a veterinarian in a long time and they don't have a microchip, how can I possibly prove that that's your pet? And I'm certainly not going to give the wrong pet to the wrong person, because that would be the worst thing I could do for that pet. So I guess this is just a general video for my frustration and asking for people to understand, if you really care about the health and safety of your pet, please have them microchipped. Please get them neutered, spayed and neutered. It makes a big difference in how many of them wander, makes a big difference in how many of them get hit by a car. And then, God forbid, your pet does get loose. If someone is nice enough to stop and get them and put them in their car and take them somewhere, why don't you just say thank you? Why don't people just say, thank you so much. I'm so glad to know that my pet is safely somewhere, then still running out on the road and possibly getting hit and killed or costing you thousands of dollars at the ER. But that's the society we live in. People just get angry and then they threaten. So I'm not sure what we're going to do moving forward. I am sure that if we do take any found animals here, that it's always going to be under the kind of watchful eye of animal control, because I just don't know how to protect my staff and protect these pets any other way. If you have any bright ideas, please let me know. We are all ears. We are always going to take care of our patients first and foremost, and then we are going to work with within the parameters of our guidelines established by our local law enforcement. Thanks so much for microchipping and spaying and neutering. If you have any questions about this or any thoughts about how we can handle it better, please reach out to me at pawbly.com, or you can add a comment to this feed. Take care, spay and neuter, and microchip. Bye.